to Rodri. We look at our own Ademola Lookman, 14th best players, number 14 position, best players in the world. Talking about Ademola Lookman, well, the guy was a jolly fellow last night, even if he didn't grab the award. But for him, just to be the only African among the nominees and number 14, I think it was a statement for him yesterday. And we'll be looking at the CAF award, if definitely he will grab. Well, everyone is saying we have to look at this man retaining the CAF award for Nigeria. Then we'll be going straight to the Nigerian Premier Football League results coming out from the weekend. We'll tend to look at that today. Know how we did on a Tuesday, looking at Nigerian football. But something happened with Kano Pillars and Ahmed Musa making some comment after that game, after losing that game to Nasarawa United. We'll be looking at that statement from Ahmed Musa, and we'll also be looking at the fine coming from the organizers of the league. Yes, I have a guest with me in the studio, and we'll be looking at sport generally. Then we'll go straight into what he's here to do in the studio this morning. But don't go nowhere. This is Sport on Eagles Wings. And as usual, we'll go for this quick break. And when we return, we'll go straight into the package, and we'll begin with results from Monday Night Football. Don't go nowhere. When I return, we go full blast.
No offense to the commercials. It's just that we want to see other audio.
Eagles 102.3. Golf. Football. Basketball. Lawn tennis. Cricket. Volleyball. Athletics. It's the mother of all sports show.
It's Sports on Eagles Wings with Vicky weekdays from 8 a.m. with the real sport. Sports on Eagles Wings. Sportstainment at its finest.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Woo. Now, back to sports. It's Eagles 102.3.
Drinic from no kind of range just put it over the bar. Okay, glad to know you're still there. And if you're just tuning in at the same time joining us on the show, this is Sport on Eagles Wings, and I still remain the sport minister on radio, Vicky. Okay, I have with me here in the studio, I'm not striking alone. Yes, someone is joining me to strike this morning, but he's on loan. Oh, yes, he's not a full-time player, he's on loan. He's striking with me this morning. And I have with me here Ezekole Blessing Chimezie. Well, he decided to call himself Jack because he wants to be called Jack, and everybody knows him as Jack. How are you doing, Jack, this morning?
I'm good. Good morning, my brother. It's good to be here with you on the studio.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. And Jack will be striking with me together. It's going to be a 4-4-2 formation. Yes, we'll be in strike. Just Victor Osimhen and put them together. You just leave it like that. Okay, Jack definitely will definitely come up. But let's begin with the games played yesterday, looking at results from the Monday Night Football. And we'll begin with the Nigerian Premier Football League. Kwara United played out a 1-0 draw against Enugu Rangers. Yes, Enugu Rangers are the defending champions, but they'll be finding life this season very difficult. And they were on the road, we'll give kudos to them. On the road, you pick a point. In Nigeria, I know it's to pick points.
It's a very difficult task to actually go to Kwara United and get a draw. I'm not joking. But again, I also understand what you thought when you say they are finding it difficult this season. Nigerian Premier League is quite competitive. Let's be honest. But you see, last season Rangers did amazing job on the road. They won at least about 5 games on the road last season, and that is unprecedented in the Nigerian Football League history. So I don't expect them to operate at that level this season again, right? Because you have the likes of Remo Stars, you have Rivers United, you have Enyimba this season. So I don't expect Rangers to, it's not going to be a walk in the park for them this season. It's a very difficult.
You actually took that out of my mouth, because there's a team I really admire ever since they gained promotion. That is a team from Ikene, Remo Stars. Ever since they gained promotion with Ogumodede, I don't know what he's doing with these boys. And even there is a team under him again, but I don't know, they didn't allow
beyond the limit.
Beyond limit. They didn't allow them come through this season. Heartland had to take over that sport.
Okay, so that's actually it's not necessarily so in Nigeria. Yeah, there's actually some rules. Yeah. One individual cannot have two clubs playing in the league. But let's get it. Let's be honest. I think Ikene. What is happening in Ikene is the best thing that has happened to Nigerian football. Remo Stars is the most structured, the best football, the most sustainable football club in Nigeria. I mean, there's no two ways about it. You can't compare. I give credit to Rangers because, by the way, the CEO and the GM of Rangers is my friend Amobi Ezako. Yeah, from when he was appointed till now, you can see there's a massive improvement in Rangers. Exactly. So Rangers is doing fantastic well. Rivers United, of course, they are doing well. Enyimba is also doing well. But the problem I have with these setups is that they are in the hands of government, right?
We've talked about this
in the next dispensation, the next governor might not be interested in sports, right? And that is where you have these clubs going back. So for me, we need to actually look at sustainable models that work around the world, and what Remo Stars is doing should be replicated across board.
We've talked about, we actually looked at governments putting their hands in some of these clubs, and repeatedly on the show, I wish we can go pull out some clips of other previous shows where we've been hammering here on the show that government should take their hands off anything, even if you want to be part of it, at least you just have a certain percentage stake, and let the private
play
sector
supervisory role.
Okay, we'll still return back to the league, but let's tell you that it's the first victory for Daniel Debula Mokachi, beating Bayelsa United on the road. Yes, home away from home, because the Aparaku Stadium is still under construction. Yeah. But I think it's a good one for Daniel Debula. They are bottom of the table, but I think with this now, I think it's a big boost.
It's a good win for them.
I
mean, it's a good win for them.
Now look at Super Eagles players, former Super Eagles players. Finidi John with Rivers United.
Fantastic.
Daniel Abokachi with Lobby Stars. Amoneke with
Heartland.
Benedict Akwebu, a consultant with Plateau United. How are you seeing?
I see, to be very honest, let me tell you, for the first time I'm genuinely excited about Nigerian football. The MPFL. I like the quality of coaches, right? And you just talked about, look at what the Rangers guy is doing with Rangers. That's Fidelis. Look at what the Remo guy is doing. So you have a crop of young, brilliant coaches that are coming up the radar, and for me, I can only be happy for Nigerian football, because I'm excited, because I know what the league can do for the economy of the country.
Okay, we'll still return back to the league, and definitely we'll return back to it and still look at what's happening in the league. Now let's still go back to other games played yesterday. Monday Night Football, Mallorca actually played out a goalless draw against Atletico Bilbao. And look at the Women's World Cup. In the early hours of this morning, we saw England pushing or probably edged out Japan at the Under-17 World Cup. The Flamingos bowed out gracefully. We were thinking that with that, I was saying that this all on a goal and they go score like this. Hope they go score the goal, but I think it was a good one for the Flamingos.
I mean, they did fantastically well. Who did they lose against?
Against the United States that they defeated last.
Do you understand why I said? I mean, kudos to them. Those girls, to be very honest, I think they did a fantastic job.
Let's come back to the Nigerian factor.
And I am actually more interested in their performance, not necessarily the win. So I look at their performances, I'm impressed with the quality of their play. It's just like if you look at what Eric Ten Hag said, in the last Manchester United match, he said he cannot criticize his players because he felt that they played good football, right? I am, as a sports person, sometimes I'm not just looking out for the score lines. There are some games you win and then you come back and you say, we don't deserve this win. Do you understand? So I look at the Flamingos, from the setup, from the qualification,
from the qualifiers
down to the performances in the games. I think those girls have done an amazing job.
Now let's come to a question I want to ask you with the Nigerian factor. Do you think all these girls will be promoted and elevated to the Falcons?
Unfortunately,
because with Bankole with this team, they've been together for years. And now most of them will still play the under 17 because they're still very much young.
Yes.
But do you see, or probably would you want this crop of players to be moved to the under 20? That's the Falcons.
Okay, so let me tell you what I think, right? For women football, yes, I think that is more likely because women football, yes, is developing, but it hasn't really gotten the right attention in Nigeria at the moment, right? And it's not like we have so many players at the top level, right? At the women, I'm talking about women now, right? They're playing at the top level, so it's not as competitive as the men's football. So I see some of this majority of these girls, going, growing the radar and possibly becoming super Falcons at some point. Yes, at some point. That is what I would expect, and I'm hoping that it happens because we don't have women players, that are scattered around the world at the moment. Unlike the men's football, is too competitive, right? Whatever you're doing, there's a boy somewhere in Croatia, Greece, Spain that is maybe doing ×3 of whatever you're doing. So
okay, let's see how we pan out for the Flamingos. We'll keep tab with them. Yes, see how their progress will be, especially when they tend to promote them to the next side of, or probably the next level of female football in Nigeria. You took Eric Ten Hag out of my mouth, but before we go to Eric Ten Hag, let's look at the award yesterday, talking about the Ballon d'Or. Were you surprised giving it to Rodri?
Well, I wouldn't really say I'm surprised. To be very honest, I'm a football person. So I don't go with the noise, right? I look at things critically and in a very balanced, I'm very balanced in my analysis, right? If you look at Rodri last season, you would agree with me that he was exceptional, fantastic, right? In the middle, he played very vital role for Manchester City, right? And also Spain, his home, his country. Now, if you look at game-on-game statistics, right? His average ratings per games in the last season, then I will tell you that he so much deserves this award, right? Because of Real Madrid's status, right? Exactly. Real Madrid's status. So everybody believes that any player that is good at Real Madrid should actually win the Ballon d'Or, but it doesn't work like that. In my personal opinion, though, I even think that Ballon d'Or doesn't really represent the best players in the world because I haven't seen players from African clubs, for example, that are doing amazing job, that are playing fantastically well, in Asia, in South America. If you go to, Pachuca, for example, in Mexico, you go to Santos in Brazil, you will see amazing players, right? Why are these people not getting the opportunity to be, celebrated like these other guys? But, if you want to go by what we know, then I will tell you that I'm not surprised as an individual, but there's also something I think also played a role, and which is the fact that Real Madrid have two players that played almost at the same level in last season. So if this goes by voting, right? So you will see that normally if it is one player that performs fantastically well in Real Madrid, it will be easier for the player to edge out the other person. So you see people sharing votes between Vinicius and
Even Bellingham.
Bellingham, do you understand? So for me, I think that might also be what played a role. It's just like in Nigerian politics, sometimes they will tell you opposition should come together, right? So I think maybe that opposition factor played a role in Real Madrid, losing out on this. But I also believe that Rodri was a fantastic player in the last season.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm looking at the Ballon d'Or award. Spain and Man City midfielder Rodri has been named the 2024 Ballon d'Or winner. Now, Rodri is now the first Premier League player since Cristiano Ronaldo to win the award. The 28-year-old who picked up an ACL injury in September against Arsenal enjoyed the standout season of his career. In 2023-2024, winning a fourth consecutive Premier League title and lifting the Euro 2024 trophy with Spain. Now he won the Best Player award from the tournament in Germany last summer, despite being forced out, probably forced off at first half in the final against England. Now he has helped on the stage after arriving on crutches, having been ruled out for the rest of the season. So we'll see big congratulations to Rodri, but let's narrow it down to Ademola Lookman. He has this weekend was something else for him. He's looking at Lookman. He's still
2 goals, 2 assists, and then this.
And he's still pushing.
I just feel that this is Ademola's year, right? He gets almost everything right on and off the pitch. Amazing kid, I'm so much happy for him. I'm so excited for what this means for African football, for Nigerian football. Consistently, you can see that Nigerian boys are now beginning to make their statement. And again, for me, I'm looking at the impact of this in players being outsourced. As I speak to you, there's a surge of talent hunt in Nigeria. You understand? People are looking for the next Ademola Lookman. They are looking for the next Victor Osimhen. They are looking for the next, Victor Boniface and all of that. So for me, I am so excited for Ademola. If you ask me, in my own opinion, I would think that maybe he should have, the rank should have been maybe around 5th, because I can't remember how many players that did more than he did last season. Specifically with Atlanta, that guy was unplayable, completely unplayable, right? Specifically during the Euro, you understand? Europa, sorry. Ademola Lookman was everywhere for Atlanta. So for me, I'm so happy for him. Well-deserved award. I don't know. I'm expecting him to, with a very large margin, win the African Footballer of the Year. Yeah.
Let's see how we point out when that time comes. It will go down in Morocco, Marrakesh. They're talking about the CAF award, but let's see how we point out. Let's go straight to England. Eric Ten Hag. Too early, too late, or we should still expect, but he's gone.
So let me speak from a biased point of view as a Liverpool fan. As a Liverpool fan, right? I think that this is a welcome development, right? It's not necessarily. You see, the reality on ground is that we want Manchester United not to do well as a club, because we want to, as a Liverpool fan, I want to see Manchester United continuously perform woefully, you understand, because I want to be the undisputed champion of England, both league, Champions League, everything. So I don't want Manchester United anywhere at all performing well. But now let's talk. Let me talk as a football person.
Someone said that they should have just allowed Man United play Liverpool first before they fire him. So they probably play Arsenal first before they fire him, because that's their next game. But let's hear you as a football person. I think that realistically, I think Manchester United's problem at the moment is not necessarily firing and hiring coaches. Yeah. If I were the board of Manchester United, I would sit back and build. This is the time to build. Manchester United, since Alex Ferguson left the club, hasn't really been able to put their heads together to build a team that will disturb England. And let me give you an idea. What Chelsea is doing at the moment, you look at those young players in Chelsea, right? In the next 2-3 years, Chelsea is going to be the best football team in England. And I'm saying this even as a Liverpool fan, right? Because I understand what it takes to build, right? You need time.
to actually blend, to put your philosophy on ground and get these people to actually play the kind of football you want, right? So for me as a person, I think that Manchester United, maybe this decision is too quick, Eric, coming from Netherlands, their league less competitive.
Another Dutch person is still coming,
well, untested.
Untested.
Do you understand? Vanessa, right? Untested. Do you understand? So, but let's see what happens for them. I wish them the best. Even though I'm a Liverpool fan, I still think that Manchester United is a big club, right? And they should be respected. So I want to see Manchester United do well. I want to play competitive league. As a Liverpool fan, what gives me joy the most is knowing that my club is not just playing anyhow. We are playing the best teams and then we are coming out good. This is what gives me joy as
well. I expect Lorenzo Di Capinto, a Liverpool fan, following us here on the show. You have someone else also a Liverpool fan here. Hopefully you'll be saying something that I know definitely you're typing a message concerning that particular one. But meanwhile, let's take your reactions on the top stories that we've ruled out this morning. Looking at the sack of Erik ten Hag, Rodri clinching the Ballon d'Or award as the best player in the world. And also looking at Van Nistelrooy. Then also look at the Nigerian Premier Football League. Let's share your thoughts before we take our quick break this morning. 09073530044. Meanwhile, you can follow us on our Facebook page live and our YouTube channel, all at Eagles FM Abuja. You can drop your comment and we'll give voices to those messages in the course of the show. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I missed that one. Yes, I said it, and that's happened. Lorenzo Di Capinto from Kubwa. Good morning this morning, sir. I love the analysis this morning. Rodri of Man City winning the Ballon d'Or. I love that. Big kudos to all the clubs who won their games yesterday. Ademola Lookman is a lion. If opportunity comes in the next season to move, he should go to Liverpool. He will win more laurel as a sucker of Ten Hag. It is a good one. God bless everyone this morning. Thank you very much, Lorenzo. And let's take this one from Joe this morning. Good morning to you, Joe.
Hello.
Yes, Oga, you too. How are you doing now?
Good morning.
Morning to you. Let's go there, Joe.
My brother, I just want to ask one question.
Okay.
Ballon d'Or or what best? Is it for only one player? Because the reason I'm asking this question this morning is that it is time for FIFA or UEFA to change the tactics of the awards. Like now we have Asia, we have CONCACAF, we have Europe, we have Africa, we have South America. It is time to give this award to the player from all the continents in the world. You should have African World Best Player of the Year, UEFA Best Player of the Year, South America World Player of the Year. Because this award that they give to Luke yesterday, my brother, I will not lie, I'm a national fan, that you know, that award is supposed to go to Vinicius Junior. Seriously. If you see the work that Vinicius will do for Real Madrid for the past 3-4 seasons now, that guy deserves that award best, especially last season. In contribution into Madrid Champions League in last season and La Liga, even the World Cup club champion, that guy deserves BAM. What did the Lottery do? You know that without Lottery, nothing can still perform. You understand?
Yes.
Last season, Man City win only Premier League. And the hero that Spain win is for European champion, it's no World Cup. So I don't know the reason. I like what Madrid officials do. Their chairman, the coaching, even the player, for them to not attend the award ceremony yesterday. I love it. You understand? For people to know that this award, they have already know the person that they want to give before they will now give before they will now open the ceremony. They have already know the player that they want to give the award.
Okay.
They are not using the voting. I'm telling you, they are not using the voting. If they are using the voting, the Madrid officials know supposed to know that the Lottery is going to win the award. Even the female one, the coach, the best coach that they give yesterday, you know that the woman did not attend.
Okay.
They have to carry the award give it to him at
home. Thank you very much.
So, seriously, Vinicius deserves that word best.
Okay.
Take it or not take it.
Okay, thank you very much. Joe, truly appreciate it. I don't know, Jack, if you react to that.
I wanted to say that, first off, it is important for people to understand that Ballon d'Or is not a FIFA award.
It's not a FIFA award.
Please, let's be clear on that, exactly. Right? It's actually an award organized by French. Journalists and, whatever. So, don't bring in FIFA into this conversation. I know that when FIFA selects their own best players, is actually, you know, this is FIFA best and everything, right? So let's, wait for that time. They have their own method of selecting this player. But like I said, I also agree that this award they should expand the scope as to how the players, because I have seen boys that play the kind of brand of football I have not seen anywhere in this country, in our local league. I watch our league. You understand? I've been to almost all the stadiums in Nigeria watching our games. So when you talk about this thing, I believe that we should actually do better in how these players are selected in the first place.
Okay, let's take this call. Hello to you. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning, Vicky.
Good morning to you, my brother. You remember where you're calling from?
This is Abubakar calling from Africa.
Okay, let's go to Abubakar. It's good to have you on the show this
morning. Yeah, a long time. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm good.
Well, first of all, I want to appreciate the best student. I'm so amazed and impressed with his analysis. It actually shows he's a strong person. This controversy over Vinicius not winning the Ballon d'Or and the rest. First, there is a clarification we need to make. Ballon d'Or is not far organized award. It is not even a organized award. It is a certain people that organize it to select the best player in Europe, not the best player of the year. Yes, although there is this thing they just did and now upgraded it to the best footballer in the world, they are claiming. That's like they always have a never won. They were not the best players in the world. Yeah. It was the dance.
Hello, Abubakar.
Yes, secondly, Rodri. We shouldn't forget that between Champions League and the European Nations Cup, which of them is bigger in the hierarchy? Definitely it's European Nations Cup, not Champions League. In the year where the European Nations Cup was played, the European Nations Cup in the hierarchy is bigger than the Champions League. And secondly, Rodri also won the league, and he was the best player in that European Nations League. Very continuing in so capacity, also played in the Copa America. He was exited for the semi-final. And he was not nominated as the best player there, not even among the best players there. In the league, the came as the best midfielder in Premier League. For the past 3 to 4 years now, he has been in that position.
Okay.
In the league, Jude Bellingham won the best player in La Liga. So the fact that you are a Madrid fan, or everything must not come from Madrid. Everything was not going. We should always respect people, and this is not selection they made. It was an election, inclusive Madrid players. Cavata also voted now. And so captain from the Brazilian national team also voted. So it was not a selection.
Abubakar,
it was an election. We should respect people's what?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Abubakar. Truly appreciate your contribution this morning on the show. Yes, it is deep. Yes, actually, Abubakar is deep and saying a lot of things.
He's a sports person.
Exactly. So, Abuja, let's go for this quick break. And when we return, we come straight into the packet. We still have more on the table this morning, and Jack and I will do justice to whatever we have on the table this morning. Don't go nowhere. This is still sport on the Eagles Wings.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Whew. Now, back to sports. It's
Eagles 102.3.
Trinich from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
Looking for a professional event planner in Abuja and its environs, but don't know how to go about it? Eagles FM got you covered. Call us today and let's help you fix that event that will leave you with evergreen memories. Call 081 57 91 7278. I take it again, 081 57 91 7278. Thank you.
Oh, yo, Whether you be any kind of farmer, agrochemical manufacturer, equipment vendor, or food processor, Farm Fatech Expo. Farm Fatech Expo, that na the Farm Food and Allied Technology Expo, when they shell for inside Abuja from the 5th to the 7th of November 2024 for Velodrome for Abuja National Stadium. Farm Fatech Expo, now opportunity to take a showcase new technologies and solutions when go boost the food production for inside we country. Plenty international and local companies go display farming equipment. You go still learn how to get money to grow your farm business. Farm Fatech Expo, na Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Autodex Limited na organize am. The sponsor na Afrexim Bank, co-sponsor United Bank for Africa (UBA), the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security na then support am. For more information, call 0813 633 5182 or 0705 175 1235. Go to website www.farmfatech.com.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Whew. Now, back to sports. It's
Eagles 102.3.
Krunic from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
Okay, welcome to the second 45 minutes of the show. It is still sport on Eagles Wings, and I still remain the sport minister on radio, Vicky, and also Jack is with me, and together, my striking partner this morning on loan from another club. Well, we want to know that club. It's not Liverpool, but just chill, relax. You can also be a part of the show. All you just need to do is to go straight to our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Search for Eagles FM Abuja. Like the page, share the page, drop a comment, and we'll give voices to those messages. Okay, now we want to look at the Nigerian football. I like discussing Nigerian football. Everyone who listens to this show know I always discuss Nigerian football. And now we'll do something a little bit different and unique this morning. Looking at Nigerian football, I'm an advocate of Nigerian football being the best.
Yeah.
And you made mention of if a governor, when we discussed outside the studio, that if a governor does not have interest in sport, you see that sport suffering.
Exactly.
We take an instance going back to 2003, 2004, where Eyimba
was the best in Africa at that time.
And back then, Emama Amapakabo with Enugu Rangers won the Nigerian Premier League after over 30 years, or probably if I use 3 decades of that. You won the Nigerian Premier League, and now last season we saw them
coming back again.
Now, looking at Nigerian football as a whole and linking with your project, Ijele, let's throw more light on that.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'm happy you brought this thing. So let me tell you, it's only in this part of the world where an individual walks up and said, "I want to own a football club," right? Or maybe government politicize sport. Do you understand? Because they don't understand the real impact. You see, our government takes sports as social projects, right? They don't see, if you go to their budget, you see sport categorized as a social project. So they don't see it as something that contributes anything to the GDP. And that is a wrong mindset. That is why we haven't really seen any government that is serious about sport and what that can bring to the GDP of the economy. So I'm going to give you a bit of background of what Ijele is, right? There's a program that happens in Nigeria every year. It's called Bayern Youth, Bayern Youth Cup. It happens in Nigeria every year. So I met the individual that brings Bayern Munich to Nigeria every year and said, look, I can't work with government, right? Because when you put in energy and build something, at the end of the day, there's no continuity. Another government comes and everything you have built is rubbish. So I now asked him, how do we solve the problem? He said, look, if you want us to do anything in Nigeria, then it has to be from a private sector, driven initiative. And we now decide, okay, so what is the best model that is working around the world? The best sport models around the world are actually models that are community owned, fan based, right? Fan owned. The most profitable football club in the world is Bayern Munich. They have reported profit for the past 32 years, right? Real Madrid is not owned by government. They have a stake, but they don't own it. It's actually fans that own Real Madrid. Barcelona is owned by socios. Even the Chelsea that people are talking about has a membership, this thing that owns Chelsea. And this is what we have decided to come back in Nigeria and replicate, right? The model that is working across the world, how do we make it happen in Nigeria? And that is why we came up with the idea to do Ijele. Now, the word Ijele is the name of a masquerade from the southeastern part of Nigeria. So Ijele means, it's more or less like a combination of different masquerade, because we want to embark on multiple sports, like it is done across the world, right? So we are embarking on football, volleyball, basketball, handball, beach soccer, tennis, athletes, swimming. Our vision is that by 2028, when we are going to the next Olympics, we have properly trained athletes, you understand, from Nigeria, competing and representing our country from Ijele Sports Club. That is the vision, right? We want to show people that sports business can be done properly in this country, right? But again, it has to be driven from a private sector perspective, right? So we are not doing politics. This is not about, I want the Rivers United to carry league so that they will say it is during my tenure as a governor that they carry the league. That's not the mentality. The mentality is about actually developing sports, right? And the only sustainable way to develop sports is for it to be community-based. You understand? For it to be fan-based. So you are a member, you are a co-owner, right? So you have a sense of belonging. And then we are participating and you are participating. We are doing anything, you are part of it. You feel that you are part of this club. You have a stake. You even get profit from being a member of it. Do you understand? So this is what Ijele is about. This is what we are trying to do.
Now, if eventually you're going through this, I remember that if for an individual to try to participate or probably organize an event, if I'll start from there, you have to go through the federation.
Yes.
Like even if it's athletics, you go through the Athletic Federation of Nigeria. If it's other sports, you have to go through the federation. Have you ever actually done this?
Of course. Of course. So first of all, let me talk about the structure of the club, because it's important. So we have first of all done registration, the legal part of it, right? And what we did was to float what we call incorporated trustees, more like an NGO, membership association, right? That then in turn own the limited liability company, which is Ijele Limited. So we have Ijele Sports Community Association as an incorporated trustee, then now owns the limited liability company 100%. Now our idea or our vision is that for the lifetime of the club, in the next 200, 300 years, when we are no longer here, at no point will the club, the membership association will at every point in the lifetime of the club own the highest stake in the club, controlling stake over 50% at every given point in time. Now we have also sought for we've registered with the NNL. The league is starting on the 30th of November, and the fixtures are coming out today. Our media, our head of media and our coach is currently in Ikene, for this thing, and the draw will be out today. So, we've done all the legal parts, right? We've done all the association belonging and all. Our men's football team is going to be will start playing from Enugu, right? From Enugu, right? So, of course, we already have boys in camp and everything, technical director, everything check. And let me mention that the brains or the people, the promoters of this club, right, are the 2 Nigerians out of 3 Nigerians. They are 2 out of 3 Nigerians with UEFA certification in sports administration. There are only 3 Nigerians that have been to UEFA Academy in Switzerland to study sport management administration. Only 3 Nigerians. And those 3 Nigerians, one is the current GM of Rangers, Obinezako. And the rest of them, the 2, that are remaining are actually the people that are promoters of this club. I'm working with, to bet this club. So they are Obinna Victor Ede, the chairman of VEO Foundation, that has been bringing Bayern to Nigeria for the past 8 years. And then the second person is a international sports lawyer, and also the former assistant secretary of NBA, NASA, Ferdinand Naza, right? So these are the individuals behind powering this club. So you can see, it's built to last, right? The club is built to last. Now we have a membership package because, like I said, everybody can be part of this club, exactly. Right? So we have a membership package, and our membership package ranges from 25,000 annual membership, right? Then if you do annual membership for 10 years, you automatically become a life member. But right now we have subsidized the life membership for people that want to immediately become a life member. 175,000, you're a life member. We have a package called the honorary board membership. You can be an honorary board member for any of our sports. Like I said, you can also be honorary president for any of our sports. Board member is 3 million. Honorary president is 5 million. So what this does is that, for individuals that say, oh, I don't just want to do life membership. I mean, I want to support this project. I like what you guys are doing. I understand the impact of this. In the first 1 year of our operation, we are hoping to engage at least 1,000 people in the ecosystem. And when I say the ecosystem, the players, right, the coaching crew, the media people, the warders in the stadium, again, we are doing multiple sports. So this is going to be replicated across board. Now, our volleyball team is already, set up. Our men's and women's volleyball team is based in Owerri. Yeah. So you also have players, you have media people, you have that around that. Our basketball team at the moment is in Enugu, but we
all bearing the same name.
Ijele, yes. So we are spreading it across the cities. We are going to have an academy in Abuja and in Lagos, right? So predominantly, the club is going to have tentacles spread across at least all the 5 eastern states, right? Where you're in Abia, handball, we are pushing to have our handball team in Abia. Our beach soccer is probably going to be based in Nnewi, in Anambra and all. So we have this thing well mapped out as to what we want to do. We have a pitch that people can visit our website, www.ijelesportsclub.ng, and you see what we are doing. Then if you want to be a member, you can go to ijelesportmembership.ng, and then you'll be able to purchase your membership online, right? And then automatically you'll be assigned an ID. Now, but however, we are working on different benefits for those that are not interested in just sports, right? And I'll give you an example. We are speaking to airlines, we are speaking to gyms, we are speaking to clubs, and what we want to assess as benefit for our people is the fact that you're a member of Ijele Sports Club. You can fly United Airlines, for example, with 5% off their normal rate because you're a Ijele member, right? Because you're a Ijele member, you can walk into iFitness, gym in Lagos, for example, and then you are able to gym. Their membership fee is subsidized for you 10%. Yesterday we were with Fair Money, and what Fair Money is bringing to the table is you get loans from Fair Money, and ordinarily Fair Money is going to charge you somewhere between around 20% for their loan or something. But because you're a Ijele member, you get it at 10% off. So these are the benefits we are working for our members. People that are not necessarily interested in just benefits of football and getting, because again, that you're a member, you vote, you're able to vote what happens in the club, like it's done across the world, right? So we are bringing a model that works across the world into Nigeria football.
When I repeatedly on our show, we've talked about allowing private sectors, private individuals, run football the way it's done in England, the way it's done in Germany, just like you have pointed out. That's the way to go. And that's the way to go. And this is just a model which I feel now many that are even actually listening might also want to still come and replicate what you're doing.
But that's exactly, so what we want to do is to pioneer and revolutionize football, sports in general in Nigeria, starting with Nigeria. People don't understand. So let me give you an idea. The chairman of our club transferred a player to OGC Nice. You can look it up. Victor Rapport.
That's in France.
Yeah, OGC Nice in France. Victor Rapper was transferred this January this year. I was in front, for that deal. And I tell you, that deal was 1.3 million euros deal, right? For a boy that just clocked 18 years. Nigeria is 9th on the list of talent exports across the world, right? What we are trying to do is, most of the players are not developed here. So when they go over there, they are not valued properly the way they should be, the way they value South American players, because we don't have the system and the infrastructure. Now, the good thing is that because our chairman and the GM are both individuals that have graduated from UEFA Academy, they have access to all the clubs in the world, the top clubs in the world. So this January, we are transferring player. This, as I speak to you, there's a boy that is going to Bayern Munich this week from our chairman's academy to be signed to Bayern, Now, why I'm saying this is that there's a pathway. So what we are creating is an ecosystem that can accommodate everybody. And we want people to replicate what we are doing across board. Do you get?
I think it's a good one. Time really is not our friend. I wish you can talk more, because we know that we looked at a way where we want the government to take off their hands. And their hands completely.
So let me give you an idea. Our chairman is from Enugu State, right? And when he came, last year, I was telling him I wanted to be the commissioner of sport. He explained to me why he can't, but he gave the governor of Enugu State an idea and said, "Look, privatize Rangers. Take the hands of Enugu State government off Rangers. If Enugu State government should be part of Rangers, let it not be more than 5%. That was the proposal. Allow fans to own Rangers. Let Enugu people be the ones that will own Rangers. Of course, government will never does that. And the reason why they don't do that is because they want to keep playing politics with us. They like politics. They don't understand. They don't see.
Let me bring you into this. Now we now have this Ministry of Sport scrapped. Now we now have the NSC, which is headed now by we initially used to be the DG.
Yeah.
Now we have a chairman who is a well-known person when it comes to sport administration.
Fantastic appointment.
Shehu Diko.
Fantastic appointment.
There is a bill that was sent to the National Assembly a couple of years back.
Yes.
Should we go back and does this bill?
No.
Does this bill actually speak on allowing the government to take their hand? What should be done and the structure?
Okay, so first of all, let me say that I'm not a big fan of this government, but I must confess that I made a tweet on my I made a tweet about appointment of Diko. I said this is the most sensible appointment this government have done, in my opinion. As somebody that is passionate about sport, I can't explain how happy I am with the appointment of Shehu Diko, and I will tell you why. So Shehu is someone that understands sport in and out, right? When he was the chairman of LMC, he did amazing job. That was when our sport grew the most in terms of our local league, right? He did a fantastic job, during his time. And when you talk about the bill, so let me even shock you. I have a group of sports enthusiasts across Nigeria, players, like active players in the sports industry across Nigeria. And before Shehu was appointed, we are constantly deliberating on how to even make the bill better, so we can start approaching House of Rep members and say, look, this is what needs to be done, right? I have personally spoken to Aki Alabi, the founder of NairaBet, who also owns Lekki United, on the issue of how we can make this happen. The guy that died in the House of Rep guy, the chairman of House Committee on Sports that died, that is from Kaduna, the owner of Kada City. I also had a conversation with him around what needs to be done around sport. And some of these guys were interested, but they said, okay, we need to now come together and have a broader conversation around it before these things are implemented. Now, I am happy that yesterday Shehu Diko visited the Speaker of House of Rep, and the whole idea is to dust that bill. And fine tune it and pass it. That is the only way. Again, I am happy that we are beginning to get people that actually understand I'll give you an example. I told people, I said, look, even if we should have a minister, the person that should be a minister should be someone that understands sports. No, you cannot go and bring a farmer.
To me, I think when you have the sports commission as a parastatal under the ministry, that should be for the administrator. Then the ministry is like
politics. But that's the point. You don't politicize football. Do you understand? You don't politicize sports. So there's no amount of fine tuning you're going to do that will make it, at the end of the day work.
Okay, but time truly is not my friend. I can see a lot of messages already pouring in. I have one from Mr. Uche here. Good morning, Vicky Vick. This is Mr. Uche from Central Area. Congratulations to Rodri for winning his first Ballon d'Or. Rodri was an all-rounder, both at club and national team level. Also, congratulations to Lemar Yamal for winning the Young Player Award. Vinicius Junior, yes, he's only good at club level, but very lost in the Brazilian national team. I agree with him. Now on earth, he even think that he will win it. Why is that when they mention Nigerian eligible players playing for other countries, nobody mentioned Jude Bellingham, whose father is a Nigerian and German mother. Ademola Lookman appearance at the big stage. It's a foretaste of what's to come. The next African footballer of the year. Thank you very much, Mr. Uche. I also have another one here again from Akamata from Agwanda, National State. I hope Man United does not greet sacking Eric Ten Hag. They probably regret rather sacking Ten Hag. They join the league of clubs that sack coaches at any slight of poor run. Congratulations to Rodri for a well-deserved award. I also have one a voice note from Blessing all the way from Stamford Bridge. Let's see how I can slot that one in before UD comes into the studio. Let's take that one in.
That was a night at family.
Good.
My name is Blessing, the Queen of Stamford Bridge, agent of Kopama, and I'm calling. I'm right now from Mayu 40-story bridge right now. That's why I'm doing this voice note for. Short minister, I don't know what this Madrid as a coach, as a club is thinking. They say they're not going to attend the ceremony tonight because they did not give to their player. What are you saying? Do you know how many times that Lewandowski attended that awards, attended that ceremony, couldn't won it? True. Do you know how many times great men that never won this world best because they are better than Junior? They never won it their era. I don't understand what they are thinking. They don't nominate you for the first time. I refuse to go because they're not going to give to you. I am still young, still have a long way to go. And for Rodrigo, it's a good one for you. That guy was so exceptional. He give everything. Last season, he win almost like 4 or 5 trophies. When any time that is not in Man City game, we know that something is missing. It's a good one for him. They are happy for him. At least he has blocked the England player. Any player from England won the award back in 2009. Ronaldo won it last. So I want to say it's a good one for him. And what people are not thinking is that this award is not matter. See, this guy have 10 goal, 40 assists as a defensive midfielder.
Exactly.
Junior have 6 goal, have 11 assists. So what are we saying? He's not doing anything in Brazil for that Copa America. But Rodrigo won the Euro for the country for Spain. So I don't see the reason why people are complaining. Madrid people are angry that they're not going to attend the ceremony. I don't get it. I don't know what their problem is.
That's actually very disrespectful.
Where is a good one tonight?
Okay, Blessed, thank you very much. That's the much I can take from you this morning. And we have Dr. Temple. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Vicky Vick, the one only undisputed sport minister on radio. How are you today? My name is Dr. Temple, the only original doctor certified in the house. Vicky Vick. It was a big one for the weekend. Congratulations to Nigeria. I was expecting, in fact, I was expecting that CAF would play one Ojoro or the other, but at least this one is good. It will serve as a deterrent to further insensitive act. Well, congratulations to the Red Devils for sacking their coach, that man that reflects the moon from his head. That has not done anything. Whenever he speaks, I start laughing. I went to Traffish after.
Thank you very much, Dr. Tebo. If I allow you, I won't leave the studio this morning. Emmy Best Mentor, your voice note is trying to come in. And David Awoje, it's good to have you back on the show. I should add you to the sport group. Definitely not this morning. I'll try and see what I can do concerning that. Now, Jack, your last word. Time fast spent. Your last word. I think I have to look for a way to bring you back. Even if you are under the waters, we'll look for a way to connect to you and bring you back to the studio. Especially when we start looking at the sport bill.
Yeah.
When we start looking at the sport bill and any other thing, we'll look at bringing you back to the studio.
Okay.
I have a message from WhatsApp. This is from Ozo Francis Namani, all the way from Amagunde in Enugu State, watching me live on Facebook. Thank you very much, Francis. Truly appreciate you joining me live on Facebook. But your last words.
Okay, so let me say very quickly that the decision of CAF was, on point. Fantastic. There's no room for what Libya did to Nigeria.
Even with the appeal.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to fly. That was a very fantastic decision by CAF. Now, my final word to everyone here is: look, come and be part of Ijele. Yeah. There's an Ijele in you, which I see. You might not see it. Ijele is a big masquerade. What we represent is excellent. We are not representing excellence only on football pitch, but everything around us is excellent, and I want you to be part of what we're doing. Join us. Our website is www.ijelesportsclub.ng. Visit our membership website at www.ijelemembership.ng, and you can call us also on 07087483787. All right. That is all I have to say. Thank you so much for having me. You can connect with us on all our socials, Ijele Sports Club, on all the socials.
Okay, thank you very much, Jack. Like I said, membership at ijelesportsclub.ng. Yes, you can send an email, then visit the website www.ijelesportsclub.ng and at Ijele Sports Club, all the social media handle, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But if you can't get through them, you can come through me. And anyhow with this, we'll get you through. I still remain the Sport Minister on Radio, Vicky Vick. Let's do this again, same time, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, when we bring you the latest coming from the world of sport. Up next is Eagles Outlook. And UD, jogging by the flank. No jersey number. I don't know which club is sponsoring or probably which club is following. If it is Liverpool,
he's joining Ijele.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our